Hey everyone, Invader1 here, and I am bringing you another gold solo. Now this I am very excited about. Why? Because I decided to choose the human engineer. Yes, that's right guys, the base human engineer. And there's a reason why I wanted to use this guy next is because I believe that after you watch this solo, you are gonna rock this human engineer on your gold games, on your platinum games, on your silver games, and your bronze games. Because the thing is about this character is that a lot of people don't know how to use him very well. And they think, oh, he's okay or whatever. But let me tell you something, the engineering class, when I first started playing Mass Effect, was one of my favorite classes because of all the tech abilities that they have. Now, with this human engineer, you're going to notice I do not, I'm not fearful of Banshees at all. And I recommend, if you don't watch the whole video, I'm going to put the cues in there so you can see where I handle double Banshees because of the combat drone. Now, this guy is awesome, super badass. I did not put any incinerate on him, but his combat drone and his overload capabilities alone make him absolutely awesome. So let me talk about him a little bit. Let me talk about my build. I set him up with the combat drone on rank 4, and by the way, you can see this in the beginning of the video. I do put my build. I'm just gonna, narrate it a little bit here for you guys. On rank 4, I set up my combat drone for detonate. Why? Because if the drone explodes, it's going to cause 560 points of damage across a 5-meter radius. That means that there are any cannibals or any, let's say you're playing Cerberus, any troopers or anything like that, anybody who's weak is just going to go. Rank 5, I set up the drone for shock attack. Why? Because I definitely want the drone to continuously go around looking for enemies to shock. I want this drone to be on all these enemies, just trolling the crap out of them, just messing them up for me and preparing them for me to just, do a lot of damage on them. Rank 6, I don't use rockets, and I'm going to tell you why. Rockets are great, they're really, really good, but in a solo gameplay like this, or if like you're doing a gold duo or platinum duo, or if you are actually playing with a full team of 4, it's okay to have rockets. But I like chain lightning a lot more now. Why? Because it gives you like an extra, pulse that jumps to 3 different targets, and it's like think of it like a second set of overload. It's like you have 2 overloads going. You have your overload in your character, and you also have your chain lightning going from your drone. Now, this is the biggest reason why I like chain lightning instead of instead of the rockets, is because of the Banshees. Now, I know that's gonna, you guys are gonna be like, what are you talking about? Well, the way the drone acts when is shooting rockets versus chain lightning is very different. When you have it set for rockets, what it does is the drone looks for targets, but it goes farther away from the target to shoot at it. Because it acts as if, it's like if it's a real drone, like if it's going to shoot a rocket, but it goes farther away from the enemy to shoot the rocket. When you have chain lightning, the drone doesn't act that way. The drone goes right up to the enemy to stun them and shock them. So this is how I actually keep Banshees stuck on the drone. So when I am, you're gonna see this. Then guys, this is some of my best gameplay with this character, and I have different builds for the human engineer. But I brought this Geth Plasma shotgun build because I figured if you guys want to play Cerberus, this would be a great build for it because the Geth Plasma actually stuns phantoms. But anyways, the reason. The reason I set up the drone this way is so you can see when you get to the Banshee waves come up, you guys are gonna be really shocked if you don't already know how this human engineer works against Banshees. I mean, he is just absolutely awesome. And not only that, the brutes. I used the drone to stun pretty much Banshees and brutes. And what I mean by stun, not literally stun. They don't get stunned by it. They do get shocked a little bit, but it doesn't really do much damage to them. But the ball acts kind of like, think of it when you're going fishing. The boat acts like, you know, the little silver that, you know, the little silver that you put on your reel so that the fish can look at it, and, you know, they get kind of stunned, you know, they get hypnotized by it. Let's call it the hypnotized drone, pretty much. As you can see, it's happening right there. I put the drone, and the brute is hypnotized by it, and it allows me to just pop shots at him left and right. And I'm using the drone as a decoy, and it works. Look at this, all the characters going after it, and every single time, you know, they take it out, I just pop it back up. And the moment that they do take it out, it actually does damage to them by exploding, and at the same time it has chain lightning going at them. So the drone set up this way is just sweet, absolutely sweet, and it definitely works for platinum. It is definitely great for gold. I mean, look what's going on here. The brute is hypnotized, guys. It's just hypnotized, and you know, it allows me to go right ahead and take pop shots at every other character. You know, that doesn't really happen with anybody else but the boss enemies. The little guys may look at it for a little bit, you know, but mostly they'll come after you. The marauders will come after you, you know, no big deal. I mean, you guys can take care of them, but you know, the big enemies like the brutes and the banshees will get hypnotized, and you will see that a lot here, and it's just so awesome because when we get to the Banshee waves, I have no fear. I go right ahead, you know, pop my combat drone, and I make sure that if the Banshee ignores it, I make sure I pop it again in front of me. You know, I look down and then pop the combat drone to make sure that it spawns right in front of me, so that as she's coming to me, she has no choice but to pay attention to it. So that's one thing that I do, and then, you know, I pull out my acolyte and then just take down her barriers, and you know, the last bar of barriers, what I do is then I use my overload. But anyways, you know, I really wanted to talk about the combat drone because it is just so great, so good. And let me tell you a little bit about overload. On overload on rank 4, I put chain overload to hit multiple targets, but this is very important. Rank 5, Neuroshock. This is how you see that I take down husks and I take down marauders after their shields are down and they drop to the floor. What I do is, as soon as they drop, I just look down and aim right at the floor and just one-shot them to death. So Neuroshock I like a lot. You know, if you're a sniper, you're not gonna like it. If you bring a sniper rifle, you're not gonna like it because the enemies drop. So I recommend, if you are gonna be a sniper with your engineer, then you know that's not what you're gonna want. But I like it because I'm using a shotgun, or even if I'm using an assault rifle, you know, you're totally fine. If you do still want to use it as a sniper, you'll still be fine. You just won't be getting headshots. But look what I'm doing here, guys. Look at this. Look at the drone. Oh my God, Banshee hypnotism. Look at this, guys. So what I do is I pop the drone. She kind of stays there. I make sure I take down her barriers. In the meantime, I'm chewing down her health. I'm just messing her up, and she's there hypnotized by my drone. And she is dead. And mind you, this is a targets limited mission. You would think that, hey, you know, I'm gonna rock missiles, guys. I didn't even need to rock a missile at all in this entire gameplay. I used missiles towards the end only because I wanted to. I believe I started using them at wave 8 or 9 because I wanted to make sure that I don't know, I cleared the time a little faster because I wanted to kill a few spawns, but I didn't quite get the spawn at the right moment, so I kind of wasted a missile. But anyways, because of the drone, look at this, she's hypnotized again. Hypnotize. I took down her barriers, and it gives me an opportunity to go right ahead and take her down. You know, you still have to be cognizant of your surroundings, so you definitely got to make sure you have good situational awareness, and you look around you when you're doing this. But anyways, in this situation, as you can see, the combat drone is once again just doing its job, and you know, doing this little, I'm gonna call it the hypnotic ball. You know, it's just so good. But now going back to the to overload, rank 4 chain overload, you want to be able to hit more than one target. Rank 5 Neuroshock to drop enemies to the ground so that you can just mess them up. Rank 6 you want shield damage because that'll strip away marauder shields, that'll strip away Banshee shields. You know, you just do such a great job against shields. So that's exactly how you want your overload for this build. For alliance training, I recommend that you put weapon damage. You know, that's what I go for. You would think power damage or force bonuses. Nah, not for this build. I put weapon damage. I want to make sure that my weapon, you know, I'm gonna deal a lot more damage with my, you know, with my shotgun. For rank 5, normally you would think you would have increased power damage. Yes, that's a good one. It's either or. You could do power damage and make your overload more powerful, the drone a little more powerful, but even without it you're fine. I like to do headshot damage because a lot of times I aim with the shotgun, or let's say I have a claymore, or if I have an assault rifle, I like to pop headshots. So I want to make sure that I have some kind of headshot bonus to make sure the enemy goes down faster. Rank 6, I put weapon damage again. I like to make sure, I mean, I'm not too worried about the, you know, decreasing the weapons, you know, decreasing the weight. I want more weapon damage, and this is how I'm able to just, you know, really truly annihilate enemies. On fitness, everything is just, you know, health and shields, you know, all the way at the bottom. But now, in regards to my weapons, what I did is I got the gas plasma shotgun. By the way, guys, the shredder mod doesn't work on it, so you don't need that. What you're going to want to do, and you don't even put, never put armor piercing rounds on the gas plasma. It doesn't really make any sense, really. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put warp rounds, and I put the highest level warp round. Now what warp round does, it increases your weapon damage. So the Geth Plasma has a damage bar that's almost at the peak. So if you add more weapon damage, this Geth Plasma becomes a beast. So by adding warp rounds, you know, warp ammo, your weapon damage increases by 10%. So you have warp ammo, I believe is 10, 20, 30, 40. So I have warp rounds 4, so that's plus 40% weapon damage on my Geth Plasma. I also have the gear bonus, which is shotgun, rail amp 5. So with that, and I also have a consumable, the rail amp 3. Shotgun rail amp 3. So all these put together, my shotgun bonuses, my shotgun damage is absolutely ridiculous. This is why I'm able to take down brutes pretty quickly. This is how I'm able to, you know, just handle it and be able to take down enemies pretty quickly. For my armor consumable, what I did is I just put a psychotic modulator. I could have put power amplifier, but it wasn't necessary. I mean, you know, you want to definitely just increase the amount of shields. In this situation, I believe I have a cyclonic modulator 4. But anyways, that's my build for this character, and that's pretty much it when it comes to that. Now, if you see in this gameplay, guys, I mean, I'm just going right up to the enemies. Sometimes, you know, what I do is I get away from them a little bit. Like when I want to get a straight shot, this is what I do. But make sure that when you're, you know, when you are going to, you know, you're using your combat drone to kind of hypnotize any enemy, take cover. Because what you want is for them to focus on the drone. You don't want them to focus on you. Yes, they will turn away their focus from the drone after a while. But let's say you got the Banshee in hypnotized, or you got the brute hypnotized. What you do is you go to a corner, take cover, and shoot them from cover. Like that, they're totally focused on the drone, which allows you to go right ahead and just do massive amounts of damage on them. So guys, you know, this is, I guess, you know, the badass human engineer. He is still pretty freaking awesome. He kicks ass. The combat drone is just so sweet, set up this way. You set it up this way, guys, you will be freaking loving it. You probably, you know, I used to rock the missile a lot. After using this build, I can't go back. I mean, the missile's nice, but it is good. But I just love this chain lightning setup. This newer shock setup. It's just so good. It's just so good. And the way the combat drone responds with this build, it's different. It allows you to always hypnotize Banshees, always hypnotize brutes, and you will see that through this entire gameplay. Guys, I don't kite the Banshees here. I mean, I'll run away here and there to take cover, but I am actually okay. I make sure that every Banshee that comes to me, I mean, I believe in wave 8 or 9, I am killing Banshee after Banshee after Banshee, guys. And I believe at the end of this gameplay, I end up with about 3 meta gels and, you know, like 3 missiles or something. I don't even know. Because this character is just so awesome. Yes, his health and shields are a little low, but listen, you know how to play the guy. You know, you make his build proper, you put the right weapons on him. This guy is just so freaking badass. And then you got a good combat drone if you use it appropriately. Some people just throw the combat drone and let the combat drone do whatever it wants. I don't do that. I make sure that I am placing the combat drone where I want it to go. I want to make sure that my combat drone is doing what I want it to do, which is hypnotize Banshees, hypnotize Brutes, hypnotize Ravagers. I want to make sure that it does its job, you know, its little hypnotic job. So I make sure that I am popping it right in front of me, popping it behind me. If I know that I'm getting swarmed, I'm always popping it out, and I'm always putting it next to the enemies, right on them, so that they're getting shocked and stunned. And if the drone, you know, blows up, then at least they're getting affected by it. But anyways, guys, this is the Human Engineer. This is my gold solo with him on Vancouver. I also did this map more of as a challenge. This was actually my 3rd try doing the solo here. My previous try was actually successful, but my Xbox froze. I was so angry, guys, because I actually got the hack in the first wave. Then I got the 4 individual devices the 6th wave, and I was so excited because I was like, wow. Somebody on the forums, I believe, was talking about this map and how difficult it is to do these things. So I decided to create this single player, you know, gold solo to show that, hey, you can do it, and there are ways to do a hack. There are ways to do the individual hack devices, and this is pretty much why I did it. But you know, my Xbox froze, so this is actually my 2nd successful gold solo attempt with this character and this map. But anyways, guys, I hope that you guys get to love the Human Engineer as much as I do. He was definitely one of my first favorites. I was, you know, the Engineer class when I first started playing Mass Effect was just my favorite class. And I was definitely using this guy a lot. I was using him much differently because I didn't quite understand everything about him at the time. But now that I do, I have different builds for him too. But, you know, this build works out really nicely, and you can use other weapons on them, like, you know, the Harrier, so whatever assault rifle you want. You know, you're totally fine with that. You know, if you have this build, this is just a beast of a build, and the greatest thing, guys, is just that combat drone and overload. It just does such a great freaking job. Yeah, you know, it'd be great to have Incinerate. That will be awesome, but the reason I set up this build here without Incinerate was because, you know, I needed this character to be a little tankier with health and fitness. Why? Because, you know, he should be able to handle platinum. This build will handle platinum. It does handle platinum. You know, if you set up this build this way, you'll totally be fine in platinum. And look, you got a combat drone, you got overload. If you don't have Incinerate, you're totally fine. Yes, tech bursts, you know, whatever. You'll have to work tech bursts out with another buddy if they have Proximine or something else to mix up with your overload. But listen, combat drone is awesome. You got overload, and whatever weapon you have to be able to help you do the amount of damage that you need to do. I mean, I am just killing it here. I brought my A game play here, brought my A game, and I think you guys will agree that this character is just so badass, so awesome, and you know, he's definitely viable. So this is my gold solo with the Human Engineer, and this is after the Earth DLC. You know, instead of using all the other engineers, I decided to use this one first. And he's the base character. Everybody has him, so there's no excuse. Try him out, guys, and make sure you try him out well. And impress everybody if you can in your gold lobbies. Alright, guys, catch you later. And I am putting, actually before that, I am putting cues here so that you guys know what waves you can jump into. Each wave you can jump into the objective waves. I do recommend to check those out. If you don't look at the entire video, then definitely check out the objective waves, and also check out the double Banshee waves. Why? Because you'll see that I don't really have any fear of the Banshees. I could just go right ahead, pop my drone, you know, hypnotize them, and then just go to town on them. and you'll see that through this entire gameplay. You know, I wish I could have made this game, this solo, a little quicker, but it's just not possible. You know, with this character like this and this build is very powerful, but it's just it just doesn't matter. You know, this is more or less the amount of time it takes on this map to defeat Reapers. So anyways, guys, besides the cues, please make sure to comment, like, rate, subscribe, you know, to the channel. I would definitely appreciate it. I'm doing these solos now because I want you guys to get a taste for what it would take to do a solo and get an idea of a character's full potential. When you're doing a solo, you have to use the character's, you know, potential as much as you can. Yes, if I were using this guy in a team setting, I would most likely add Incinerate, you know, to work that out together. But that's, you know, it all depends on the build. But with this, you know, by doing a gold solo like this, I still have to use this character's full potential in the sense of, you know, how to play him, how to use his powers, how to use his combat drone, how to use his overload, and I believe that I'm doing this appropriately here. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you have any comments or would like to see any other use any other character, I am taking requests. I'm gonna go ahead and continue working on the engineer class and a few other classes so that you guys can see those gold solos. But you know, here it goes, guys. You know, human engineer. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you like it. And in beta 1 out. Hope you enjoy the rest of this gameplay.
Batteries inbound.
Copy that!
Trackers are not transmitting. Okay today.
Copy that! Go time!
Target greenlit.
Down!
Half the devices are a go. Stay on it. Target up. Your mission is to power up those targets. We need those targets back online. You got them all. Objective completed.
Down! Shields down! Watch it!
Fine work, team. Enemy is still active. Stay alert. Shuttle inbound. Rendezvous for extraction.
On it! Let's go! I'm hit! Lost shield!